Michael is running down the street. He's in an absolute nightmare that has become a reality. He's passing by people. Their faces are strange, but Michael doesn't have time to see them. His heart is about to jump out of his chest. He runs into a dark alley, crashes against a trash can, and falls. He notices posters of people hanging on the walls. All those folks have insanely wide mouths. Huge triangular teeth protrude from these mouths. Michael gets up and sees two people on his way. They're a man and a woman. They look at Michael and smile with their big mouths exposing sharp daggers instead of teeth. They're slowly approaching Michael and smiling wider and wider. In their eyes, Michael sees nothing but an unquenchable hunger that they will probably satisfy in the next few seconds. Michael is about to pass out. But let's go back 20 minutes in time to find out what's happening here. A megalodon tooth is similar to a white shark's tooth, but much bigger. The average size is about the size of an adult's palm. An ordinary person has 32 teeth. So, how big should a mouth's size be to fit 32 palms in 2 rows? It would definitely be a big mouth. That's what Michael thought, holding a megalodon tooth that he found last year off the coast of Florida. Archaeology is one of Michael's hobbies, but his main hobby has always been science. Michael has created a project that can simulate different ways of evolution. Millions of terabytes of data, hundreds of thousands of scientists around the world, dozens of research centers. All of this is needed to create the unique simulation program, and that's how it works. You can check any hypothesis with a computer. For example, you want to know what the world would look like without birds. The program studies all the data about birds' evolution and planet history. Then, it creates an accurate simulation based on this data. Michael puts on special glasses. The lenses connect to his brain through his eyes, and Michael moves into the virtual world. People live without airplanes on the planet without birds because they had no one to inspire them to invent aviation. This world isn't highly developed since people are divided by distance. Michael's sleeping body is in the lab, but his brain is sure he's in another world. After an hour, the program will disconnect Michael from the simulation automatically. Michael holds the big tooth and says out loud, "What if people had megalodon teeth?" He forgets he's wearing the glasses. The program recognizes Michael's speech and starts working. Theoretically, such a world is impossible. Michael believes the program won't succeed, but it successfully creates a simulation. It sends him there. Now, he needs to survive in a world with toothy people for an hour. 2 of them are approaching Michael. They're reaching out to him with their hands. Michael closes his eyes. He's afraid of physical sensations. His brain doesn't know that Michael is in a simulation, so the pain will be real.
"Hey dude, are you okay?"
The man asks.
"What scared you so much?"
The woman worries. Michael looks at them in surprise and replies, "You!" Toothy people look at each other and start laughing. They tell Michael that he is in the safest place in the universe. It's a planet inhabited by the kindest people. Michael doesn't believe them. "Why do you have such teeth? And why are you so kind?" he asks. Millions of years ago, when megalodons dominated the ocean, the Ice Age didn't happen. Giant sharks continued to swim in warm waters around the world. They multiplied more and more, and the population of all other marine life began to decrease. Then, the seas ran out of food. Ordinary fish swam away in shallow water to escape from megalodons. Then, they came out of the water for thousands of years. Big sharks also wanted to survive, so they started to come out of the ocean too. They evolved into upright creatures. Their fin and fishtail disappeared. Megalodons grew arms and legs, and their spine became straight. But something hadn't changed: their jaws. They were the most formidable animals in the ocean, and then they became the most dangerous creatures on land. No one could move them from the top of the food chain. Upright sharks began to spread all over the planet, even in the north. They adapted to the cold climate. Their smooth skin began to grow fur. They survived several cold eras, as well as times of drought. They became kings of the world, thanks to their sharp teeth and massive jaws. The anatomy of their bodies continued to change. Their skin became flakier. Hair began to grow on their heads. Nails appeared on their fingers. They completely turned into human beings, with giant mouths filled with sharp teeth. There was another thing they inherited from ancient sharks: a thirst for blood. The aggressive nature and desire to seize as much land as possible made these people the destroyers of the planet. They exterminated almost all other species of animals. Then they began to fight with each other. There were no winners in this planetary conflict. The world famine began. The descendants of the ancient sharks could no longer get enough food because their unquenchable thirst destroyed all other animals. And when toothy people were on the verge of complete disappearance, when they nearly lost hope, they suddenly realized that life was possible only in harmony and happiness. People spent the next 1,000 years rebuilding the entire planet. They put laws in place restricting food consumption. Then they created artificial meat. It was a difficult transition, but they coped. They've banned conflict and hate. They restored the wild animal world and developed a new civilization. They learned to solve any problems by supporting each other. Their aggressive nature became hidden deeply in their souls, but the big mouth and sharp teeth remained. These people seem to be dangerous and ferocious monsters from the outside, especially when they smile. But behind this toothy smile, there's a kind and sympathetic heart. For millions of years, they had been using their teeth to, well, you know. Now, they use these powerful jaws to process wood and cut metals. They also use their teeth as pliers. You'll hardly find a knife in any of their homes because every person uses their teeth to cut food. They don't make axes. People can chop wood with their jaws. Cold, heat, metals, wood, glass, none of this could damage shark mouths. But then they discovered sugar. Cakes, sweets, and milk chocolate caused them some serious dental problems. Hundreds of dentists in each city were not enough to solve this issue. People were so dependent on their teeth that they had to become dentists themselves. Every citizen learned basic dentistry courses to be able to treat cavities on their own. The teeth culture had spread far beyond dental services. People started getting tattoos on their teeth. Many jaws look like canvases with colorful patterns and paintings. Someone covers their teeth with phosphorus. Just imagine this smile glowing in the dark. People train their jaw muscles with special devices, mouth expanders. They put rubber pads on their teeth and then chew rubber balls to gain muscles. In addition to manicure and pedicure salons, people also visit salons for teeth sharpening. The sharper and stronger the teeth are, the kinder the people become. They always remember that even minor aggression can lead to big conflicts. It's like a match falling into a barrel of gasoline. That's why all people practice meditation and other techniques to be in harmony and peace. They're all very neat and like to take care of themselves. They love cosmetics and a healthy lifestyle. They never argue and never take risks. They always follow the rules. These people rarely get injured. Everyone lives in complete safety. They don't even have locks on their doors. The world seems too perfect. Nobody cries here. Nobody screams. They're all smiling and can't be sad for too long. So, yes, Michael is kind of in a safe place. He walks down the street and sees happy people. Michael notices a small scratch on his palm. He got it when he fell in the alley. He looks at it and realizes that all the movement around has stopped. Hundreds of people freeze. They're all looking at Michael, at his scratch. Saliva is flowing out of their toothy mouths. Their pupils are dilating. It seems the shark instinct has awakened. Now Michael has no chance to escape. And at this moment, the program throws him out of the simulation.